Bible is repetitious. The Bible is repetition. The words of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai are repetition, man. That's what it's all about. Anything that's good is repetitious, because repetition is what prepares you for when situations come down. Once again, as always, I always got to go into boxing. Boxing is all repetition. When you're starting out, when you're first learning, first you got to get your stance. What's the stance? Your foundation. Your stance, your foundation. Because your stance got to be right in order for you to throw a proper punch, man. Whether it be a jab, a right, a hook, whether you're going to weave out, whether you're going to bob, whether you're going to pivot, whatever you're going to do. If your foundation is off, when you make the move, you're going to be off balance, which is going to put you, either you're going to fall and be vulnerable to your enemy, or you're just going to be off balance, and then you're going to be vulnerable to your enemy, and he could catch you with some shit, and you're going to get knocked down or knocked out or hurt, you see? So repetition is what? You got to start. Your stance got to be right. Then when you get to a point where you're ready to start throwing punches, when you're hitting the bag or shadow boxing, it's all repetition. You go in the gym with your coach, you do your bag work. Like pretty much y'all doing the same shit. Your coach is always going, right? Jab, 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 hook, jab, hook. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, weave, 1, 2, weave, 1, 2, bob, 1, 2, bob. Right, right. Right hook, right? Boom. Throw a right, then throw the left hook, boom, boom. It's all repetition. To a point where you get down to a point where when you shadow boxing or hitting the bag or whatever you're doing, you already know, you know the basics. You know, and then boom, that's how and all of a sudden, damn, I know how to box. But then the rest goes, as it goes on, then what? You got to get in the ring and you got to actually spar to practice what you learned. And even that's repetition. Then the more you learn, the more you come up on the level, then it gets to a point as it just becomes instinctive in you, and then you learn what to do. It's a chess game. So the scriptures are the same way. This knowledge of the Most High is the same way, man. It's repetition. The Most High says what he says, boom, boom. The scriptures say, destruct. So it's repetitive, but guess what? It's going to come into play, man. It's going to come into play. Having faith, that's in the scriptures. We're going to keep bringing the prophecies to you people that don't believe. It may seem repetitious, but guess what? It's happening, though. We're at the point now, you can see it. It's happening, man.